Just fix this in real time. Last couple of videos were I don't even know. I was feeling some type of way in my last couple of videos, going through some personal stuff, but this video is going to be a little different and a little bit more fun. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all my shenanigans here on the channel. Welcome to the Ridiculous Richie Show. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite video games ever made. Let's see, I'm not really all about the editing. I'm just gonna fix everything in real time because I'm weird like that, and I don't really care. So, one of my favorite video game franchises of all time, and I think it's long overdue that I discuss this series because the series as a whole. Wow, my desk is really sandy. Why is there sand on my desk? That's really weird. Oh, probably from the beach when I go running. Probably. But the sand is on my feet, so how could it get on my desk? That's the question. I don't know. So yeah, let's talk about Super Smash Bros. And the franchise as a whole and what it means to me. So let's take you back. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Let me sip my coffee first. This is pretty good. In case you guys are wondering what's in the cup, it's vanilla. It's a vanilla cold brew with oat milk. So let's take a trip down memory lane. And I think the year was 1998. So I don't know if some of you were even around at that time. You were probably a sperm still swimming in your daddy's balls. But in 1998, I'm pretty sure I was 10 years old. And my cousin Allie and I were spending the night, or the weekend essentially. We were celebrating our birthdays at the same time. We have our birthdays are about a month apart. We're both the same age. We're both 33. I want to say this was 1998 when Super Smash Bros. Came out. And it might have been 99, so if you're a psycho lunatic and you know all the dates, I don't really know them. I just kind of go off the top. But yeah, so let's go back to 1998. So we're both I think we were both 10 years old at this point, or I was turning 10 and my cousin was also going to turn 10. And my grandpa, he said, "Richie, you can have any one thing that you want for your birthday." And there was only one thing I wanted. And at that time, I didn't really have a concept of I knew obviously that you need money to get things, but I didn't fully grasp the concept of how much money or, what money could get you essentially. I just knew that everything costed money. At 10 years old, you don't really grasp the full concept of currency. So my grandpa said, "Richie, you can have any one thing you want for your birthday. What do you want? What could I get for you?" And I told my grandpa, I said, he took me to Walmart and he said, "Any one thing you want. What is it? What is it that you want?" And I said, I want there was a glass case with the video games in it. And my grandpa goes, "What is it? What is it you want?" And I pointed. I said, "I want the Nintendo 64. That's what I want." And he said, "Okay." He said, "I'll get it for you." He said, "Pick out a couple of games." Games? Plural? I can have more than one? The first one. Super Smash Brothers. As a kid, you see that commercial with Mario and Pikachu and Donkey Kong. I want to say Yoshi's in it too. And they're both, all of them are trotting in a field together holding hands. And the next thing you know, they start beating the shit out of each other. Man, they just don't do commercials justice like they used to. Commercials back then, boy oh boy, they were god tier. So I said, I want Super Smash Brothers, and I saw The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and I wanted Super Mario 64, or Mario 64. My grandpa got me all three of them, all three. And I tell you what, when my brothers came over, and I fired up Super Smash Brothers, and we were playing all night for the whole weekend. And I was hooked. Man. I wasn't really good at, games. Oh, sorry, my dog wants to come hang out. Misha, come here. Okay, my dog wants to come hang out. Misha could say hi. Say hi, everybody. So I wasn't very good at Mortal Kombat or any of those other fighting games. I wasn't good at Street Fighter because, in those games you kind of had to know combinations and you had to know stuff like that. But in Super Smash Brothers, it's kind of one of those games where you basically anybody could pick it up and play it if you you put in the effort or whatever. Basically anybody can pick up and play it. It's easier out of the fighting games, but I would say that it's the most memorable, especially the most recent entry, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, just the game franchise as a whole is a marvel to look at. If you consider there's over 80 something, like, is it 90 characters? There's so many characters in the game. I don't think there's ever going to be a collaboration this big ever again. Just the fact that they were able to get every single character from all the previous titles into this game, and you were able to get Sora and Sephiroth and Steve from Minecraft and Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think a game this size or this grand of scale is ever going to happen again. And it makes you wonder what the future of Super Smash Bros. Could look like. And the thing that I love the most about the franchise in general is that it just, I don't know, it brings people together. There's so much fun to be had playing Smash, even if you're not essentially a competitive player. Even people who are not into the competitive scene can still get good, which I think is really cool about the game in general, is that essentially anybody could pick up and play it. You just put the effort in. That's all. My dog, she likes to lick the cup. Come here. Show it. My dog likes to lick my cold brew cup. She likes the condensation on the outside of the cup. But yeah, it makes you wonder, what is the future? What could the future of Super Smash Brothers look like? Because I don't think they kind of, at this point, I would think as though you sort of would have to reinvent the wheel and try something a little different. Do the same concept, but just make the fighting game a little bit different now. Make it about the combinations, or I don't know. There's just there's so much you could really do with it, and I love Super Smash Brothers because of how much nostalgia I've had going back and playing. I've played every single iteration of Smash that there is, and it just, the way you get a bunch of people sitting on a couch or all into a living room and everybody's playing Smash, it creates so many fun memories, and I would say that that is one of the things that Nintendo has going for them, is that, you know, the trope of multiplayer games are dead, or or games only online games are all the rave now. It's not true. Um, Single player games and multiplayer couch co-op games are still popular. People still love them. And if anything, games like Elden Ring and Super Smash Brothers prove that, is that you can have games like of this nature, like a single player focused game, or you could have a fighting game like Super Smash Brothers, and people will still play them. It's not, not everything has to be. Sorry, excuse me. Let me just. I love coffee. Not everything has to be an online shooter, or not everything has to be Call of Duty. And hopefully the industry still realizes these things, and they don't try to, cuz within the past 10 years, most of the video game companies have kind of abandoned the whole first person, or the single player experience. It's all about the monetization, and can you get a season pass, and can you keep making money off of the game. Back when I was growing up, you played the game, they made the game, and the game had to be good the first time. If the game wasn't good, I'm sure people got fired, or they never got rehired to do another project again, and they probably tarnished their name in the video game industry. But games like Super Smash Brothers and games like Elden Ring, I feel like they're showing the industry, they're teaching the industry a lesson that not everything has to be a first-person shooter, or not everything has to have a season pass, or battle passes and all this other bullshit, and go to the online store and buy this stupid skin, and not everything has to be like that. And I would say that, if anything, multiplayer games and single player focused games are paving their way into the future, which is cool, because we need stuff like that. But yeah, so I guess this isn't gonna be a review of just one of the iterations of Smash. It's gonna be a review of all of them, really. And the franchise as a whole, I would give it a solid 5 out of 5. Especially Ultimate. Ultimate really changed and redefined how great the video game franchise can be, especially with all the new characters and all that stuff. It's incredible to look at, especially when you have all the DLC characters, and you're looking at the giant screen, the giant TV screen, and you have all these characters to choose from. It's just kind of overwhelming, really, but in a good way. But the franchise as a whole, I'd give it a 5 out of 5, because it brings back so many memories for me. Every time I play Smash Brothers, I get this nostalgic feeling in my heart, where I'm like 10 years old again, and I'm at my grandpa's house, and I'm playing Smash Brothers with my 2 brothers and my cousin, and it's just a really good time. So many fun memories. And yeah, I don't know. For anybody who has been concerned for me, there's really no need to be. I'm doing all right. Trying to take care of my overall physical health and my mental health, and just trying to live my life as best I can every single day. Just go out. I'm not going to preach to you guys, because that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to provide you guys with a good time. But go out there and tell somebody you fucking love them. Go out there and do something nice for somebody. Hold a door open for somebody when you're out in public. Do something. Say please and thank you. Be grateful that you're still alive. Be grateful for another day. Let your friends and family know you care about them, because I feel like that's important. We're out here, we're floating on this rock out in outer space, and we only have a short amount of time on this planet. And I think it's probably best that, show somebody you give a shit about them. That's it. See ya. Bye.